So we'll go to the verse 18, which is we start today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimrandhyasya Jnananjanasharakaya Chakshur Ulmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayyam Sada Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Lalita Shri Vishakhantamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so verse 18, I think I'll do it. If anybody else wants to read, it's fine. Otherwise, I can carry on. Anybody wants to volunteer for it?
I can do so.
Please, Mataji.
From this?
Yeah, 18, verse 18. Karmanya karma.
Okay. Karmanya akarma yaha pasayad akarma.
Can you 1 minute, Mataji? Can you show the Devanagari version as well? Because Mataji can read Devanagari probably, isn't it, Mataji?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karmanya karma ya pashed karmani cha karma yaha sa buddhimana manushya yesu sa yukta kritar karma karta
Karma krit. Kritsna karma krit. Yeah. Okay. Translation.
One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities.
Yeah, I think we covered this one as well last time. 18. I think we're going to do 19 today. We had covered up to 18. Yeah, we covered it. Yeah. So one who sees action in an action and action. So we had to work out that one. How we see action in an action. See, I explained that last time. How action is worked. How we can see action in action. When we're working in Krishna consciousness, that's in action. And when we're working just the normal duties we are doing, that's action. So that one will have good and bad reactions. If we do good things, as I explained, we'll have good reactions. And inaction is we work without fruitive activities, without expecting anything, just for the Lord. Okay, so we'll go to 419 now. Sorry, Prabhuji. Okay. Yeah, Mataji, now you can read this.
Yashasya sarva samarambha kama sankalpa vrajayitaha jnanagni dagda karmani tamahu panditaha buddha.
Yes. Translation.
One is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. He is said by sages to be a worker for whom the reaction of work have been burnt up by the fire of perfect knowledge.
Yeah.
Purport?
Yes, Mataji. Please.
Yeah. Only a person in full knowledge can understand the activities of a person in Krishna consciousness. Because the person in Krishna consciousness is devoid of all kinds of sense gratifying propensities. It is to be understood that he has burnt up the reactions of his work by perfect knowledge of his constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is actually learned who has attained to such perfection of knowledge. Development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship to the Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn up all kinds of reactions to work.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So one is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. So as we learned before, we have to avoid sense gratification. We when we are Krishna conscious, when we have Krishna in mind, then all the other desires will disappear from the mind, because we always think that we are dependent on Krishna. Krishna is our source of everything. Krishna is the source of everything. See, when we have that in mind, that Krishna is doer of everything, then all our other, and we are dependent. We dependent upon Krishna. We can't do anything on our own. We are always dependent on Krishna. Then all the other desires and for the fruitive activities, like to expect something, they'll disappear from our mind. See, and our mind will be purified. Only a person in full knowledge can understand the activities of a person in Krishna consciousness, because the person in Krishna consciousness is devoid of all kinds of sense gratificatory propensities. You see, it is to be understood that he has burned up the reactions of his work by dagdaha. The word there is dagdaha. See, and the yes, dagdaha. Jnanagni dagdaha. So knowledge, fire of knowledge. See. So when we have that fire of knowledge, that Krishna is everything, how he comes, why he comes. Even Krishna has said in this chapter as well, that when we, even if we know his appearance and disappearance, why he comes and how he is, what Krishna is, why he's like well-wisher of the devotees, when even if we know all these things, then all our uh, proprietary this thing will disappear, and we'll get the liberation. Krishna says they'll get the liberation. You see, even if we just know about Krishna, see how he comes, why he comes, of all kinds of sense gratificatory propensities. It is to be understood that he has burned up the reactions of his work by perfect knowledge of his constitutional position. And what is our constitutional position? That we are servants of the Lord. He is the boss, and we are his servitors. You see, that's the main thing we need to know. That's our constitutional position. And once we know that he's a proprietor of everything. See, if we are working in a company, if company is making loss, it doesn't make any difference to the worker. See, if company is making profit, doesn't make any difference to the worker. He will still get his wage, same wage every month. See, isn't it? See, so he's not bothered. Sincere worker who's working, he is doing his duty in the company. He will know that I am doing my duty rightly in the company, and I'm doing for the favor of boss. He is satisfied with my work. That's what our duty is. You see, and if he is making profit or loss, it should not affect me. See, so that's what worker thinks as well. See, he will get his remuneration. So Krishna also says that, leave everything to me. Whatever will happen with my will. His work by perfect knowledge of his constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is actually learned who has attained to such perfection of knowledge. Yeah. So we, with the perfect knowledge, is that we are the servants of Krishna. We have to serve him all the time. He is the Supreme Lord, and we are his servants. See. Development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship to the Lord is compared to fire. So Dagda, you see, that's Jnanagni, that's the knowledge. Once we know, once we have that knowledge of Krishna, that he is the Supreme Lord and we are the servants, then that's the true knowledge. And that one, that's once we ignite that kind of understanding in us, that we have to serve Krishna and his obviously his devotees as well. See? As we learned, I gave you that verse last week. Ye me bhakta jana partha, na me bhaktas te jana, mad bhakta nam te bhaktas, te me bhakta tamamataha. The one who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but who are servants of my devotees are actually my devotees. Krishna says to Arjuna, I see. So, Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn up all kinds of reactions to work. So once we have lit up that fire in us about the Krishna consciousness. Why we are going to serve Krishna? Because he is the Supreme Lord and he is the well-wisher of all the all beings, not only human beings but all the beings. He will, because if you see even the atheists who don't believe in Krishna, they get fed as well. See, from ant to elephant, they are all provided with some food. They don't. Nobody goes hungry. Obviously, we have to make an. Even ants, they make effort. See, because of this heat wave, a few weeks ago we had lots of ants in our house. You see, but yesterday because it was extreme heat, they disappeared. See, somehow. See, but we are getting ants, loads of ants every day. See, so they came. Why did they come? Because they probably think there we'll find some food here. See, so Prabhupada said, always give them something, then they will run away. See. This is just an example. So even ants and elephants, they all are taken care of, you see, by Krishna. They don't like animals. They don't go and work. They look for the work. You see, they just rely on the nature of nature, and nature is controlled by Lord Himself only. You see. And that's how the cycle works, in the world, see, of the nature. So and when we understand that whether everybody is like protected by the Lord, but and when we have a strong faith in Krishna, that whatever we'll do for Krishna, we shouldn't bother that whether we'll have good reaction or bad reaction. Krishna, in working in favor of Krishna or thinking of Krishna, will burn up all our reactions. We won't have any reactions, you see. Working in Krishna consciousness will not have any reactions, only have good reactions, you see. And whether good, and devotees are not even bothered about that, whether we have good reactions or bad reactions, that doesn't make any difference to them. It's all the same for them. It's their only will is to serve Lord nicely. And we'll go to the next verse. That's verse 20. Shankar Prabhu, you want to try that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please, Prabhuji.
Yaktva karmapala sangam nityatripto nirashrayah karmanyabhi pravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Translation: abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. But by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This freedom from the bondage of actions is possible only in Krishna consciousness, when one is doing everything for Krishna. A Krishna conscious person acts out of pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he has no attraction for the results of the action. He is not even attached to his personal maintenance, for everything is left to Krishna. Nor is he anxious to secure things, nor to protect things already in his possession. He does his duty to the best of his ability and leaves everything to Krishna. Such an unattached person is always free from the resultant reactions of good and bad. It is as though he were not doing anything. This is the sign of akarma, or actions without fruitive reactions. Any other action, therefore, devoid of Krishna consciousness is binding upon the worker, and that is the real aspect of Vikarma, as explained herein before.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, what is karma phala asangam? That is attachment for fruitive results, you see. So, if you are not attached to the fruitive results, then Krishna says, then you don't have any reactions, I mean, sorry. Tripta, being satisfied, he is always satisfied. Nirashraya, without any shelter. See, he doesn't even bother about shelter because he knows Krishna will provide the shelter. See, he is completely dependent on Krishna. See, Abhi pravartaha, being fully engaged. Api in spite of na, okay, does not ever certainly karoti. So Abhi pravarta, being fully engaged. So we should be only engaged in the service of Krishna. We should understand that we are the servitor of Krishna, and we should always be engaged in the service of Krishna. And this freedom from bondage of action is possible only in Krishna consciousness, as Prabhupada has mentioned here. You see, when one is doing everything for Krishna, a Krishna conscious person acts out of pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when Krishna is doing so much for us, he is loving us so much, he is giving so many things to us. It's our duty to love as a child, he is looking after us. He is giving so many facilities to be comfortable in this world. So it's our duty as well to understand Krishna, why he is doing it, why we are giving so many nice things, and he is the ultimate. He is the provider. He is the only one who is only enjoyer. You see. So we should give it back to Krishna, thinking that after all, he is taking care of us. See, we bring nothing in this world, and we go with nothing from this world. See. We leave everything behind. So at the end, everything belongs to Krishna only, and he is the Supreme Father. So if he's loving us so much, out of love, he is giving so many things. So we should realize that, and we should give that back to Krishna as well. That okay, Krishna, you're doing so many nice things for us. Please accept little of my endeavor, which I'm like, if I'm doing any puja for you, or if I'm doing any aartis for you, or if I'm chanting your name, or if I'm thinking of you, please be kind to me always, and make sure I'm always engaged in your service. So that's the important thing for us. We should always aspire for. The Krishna conscious person acts out of pure love for the Supreme Personality of God, and therefore he has no attraction for results of action. See. So once we have that in mind, that Krishna is the ultimate, then we will not desire of any results, because we will leave everything to Krishna. Whatever good happens, okay, very nice. Thank you, Krishna. And if we get bad things as well in life, okay, that's I must have done something in my past lives. Krishna, you are very nice. Thank you very much. At least I'm not suffering as much as I should. You are only giving me I'm only getting a little bit of trouble. That is my mistake, and still you are kind that you are getting me out of these problems. You see. Okay, nor is he anxious to secure things. Okay, he is not even attached to the personal maintenance. So now the person who is in Krishna conscious, he is not even thinking of his maintenance. You see, like we see in our ISKCON movement, we have so many brahmacharis. They are just serving Krishna nicely, doing all the duties in the temples. They get up early, so early in the morning, sannyasis and all. See, they do everything for Krishna. You see, they're not really worried. See, because everything is provided for Krishna, and they are doing so nicely. They are maintaining their life. They are not even worried about the maintenance, because they know if we are engaged in the service of Krishna, will automatically be maintained by him. He will maintain. When he can maintain, like as I say, animals and ants and elephant, from ants to elephant, everybody he can maintain. Then what to say of the devotees? Will definitely be taken care of. Even if it not, we should leave it to Krishna. Nor is he anxious. So even for his own maintenance, he's not. Devotee of Krishna is not bothered. We'll leave it to Lord. He will do everything good for us. And nor is he anxious to secure things. Like he doesn't even bother that we should accumulate money and for the future. I may have rough time. See, let me grab some money. See, so because of that mentality, many people they do wrong things. Like they cheat people to get some more money. So many cases we heard about the properties and all these. They grab other people's property. That is all about in Mahabharata as well. See, they are trying to grab Pandavas' property. See, so that's why they suffered. See, they've Lord warned them that don't do it. Give just. He went for the peace. He went to explain it to Duryodhana that he as a peace messenger. See, give their rights to give the rights, whatever the rights they are, give it to them, the Pandavas. See, but he won't budge. He said, no, I won't give anything to him. He said they're not asking anything. Just give them 5 small villages and they'll manage from there. But he said he won't even give the even point of needle worth of property. He will not give it to them. See, so that's why he brought his own end. Even in fact, he arrested Krishna. See, not knowingly. That's the stupid thing people do. They don't understand what Krishna is. He thought he's an ordinary man, and he wanted to arrest Krishna. For Krishna, I think that's I read somewhere that Krishna showed his Virat. That's the another first time I think he showed Virat Roop to Duryodhana, and he got really anxious about it. See, he showed Lord showed his power, and he couldn't arrest him. Lord told him that I am the authority, you are not the one. You see, and that even after that, Duryodhana didn't understand that why Krishna is how Krishna is so powerful. See, I even couldn't touch him. I wanted to arrest him, and I couldn't do it. See, after that he didn't understand, and he brought his own end. Then his own end, and he's in Mahabharata, as we learned, that he has to die at the end. See. Now is he anxious to secure things, not to protect things already in his position. So devotee of Krishna not in okay, I got this house, it's fine, it's been given by Krishna. So if I die, I'm going to leave it behind. So he's not even bothered about that. We just everything is given by Krishna. Nice house, everything, whatever we have, children, whatever is given by Krishna. End of the day, we are going to leave everything here. So he's not even bothered to protect it. We say we are already in the protection of Krishna. That's why we sing, start with the Narsing Arati, or we end with the Narsing Arati as well, because we thank Lord Narsing Dev that you are the protector of your devotees, and we are completely surrendered to you. See, you will protect us all the time. He does his duty to the best of his ability. So we have to do our duty to the best of our knowledge and ability, and leave everything to Krishna. He will do everything. Whether we good or bad, leave it to him. He knows what is good for us, and he knows what is bad for us. And he will, as a father, as a kind person, a kind father, he will never give us difficulties. Even if we see the difficulties, that means he is trying to wipe off our past karmas. He is trying to fast track us from this cycles of birth and death, and he is wiping off our karmas from this world. Okay, everything to Krishna. Such an unattached person is always free from the resultant reactions. So once we have that mentality that Krishna is the source of everything and he is the ultimate, then we don't have face any actions. That's a akarma. See, when we have akarmas, when we do everything with Krishna in mind, like with a desire to serve Krishna nicely, then we don't get any reactions. All our reactions will disappear, and that we can do even in one life. We don't have to take birth again. If we do it in this life only, then our reactions will disappear in this life only. See, and we can get the permanent place in Krishna's Golok Vrindavan, and play with him all the time. And then we don't have any birth and death, no sufferings at all. We suffer because we were with Krishna in the beginning, see, but we desired not to serve Krishna. See, we thought, why Krishna is served alone? We should be served as well. So Krishna, when he sees that desire in our mind, then he said, okay, you want to enjoy? Go and try the earthly planets first. See how good it is. And then you think of it. If you think it's good for you, just stay there. Try, keep, get into the cycle of birth and death. Go into the different beings, living beings, and then you'll know how life is on the earth. But if you think of I'm the ultimate, I should be served only, then in that life you'll come back only, and you'll stay with me again forever. Because some long time ago, one devotee used to come to the temple, and he asked me, when Krishna says that once you come to me, you never take birth again, then why are we here? Why are we taking birth again and again? You see, so that's the answer to that. Because when we were with Krishna, he's saying that he will not take birth again. Of course, we will not take birth again if we are with Krishna. But we need to serve Krishna. When we are with Krishna, when we think that no, we should, why should Krishna be only served there? You see, we should be served as well. See, we should get some service as well. When we have that that thing in mind, even we are in Golok Vrindavan, we'll come back. Krishna says, okay, you want to enjoy without me, then you go to the earthly planet and other planets to enjoy or suffer. See. Then you'll realize why you have to serve me and why you have to be with me. You see. And what's the difference between the earthly planet and Golok Vrindavan? You see. Any other action, therefore, devoid of Krishna consciousness is binding upon the worker, and that is the real aspect of vikarma, as explained here and before. So, anything we do without Krishna in mind is binding upon the worker, and that is the real aspect of vikarma. That means we'll only get bad reactions, you see, and we'll be in the cycle of birth and death all the time. We'll keep on coming in this world and going back. Going into the cycle of birth and death, and suffer and enjoy according to our karmas, according to our actions. Action is karma, and we'll get whether good or bad, we'll get the reaction for that. But akarma is the one. When we understand akarma, that is things done in Krishna consciousness, then we don't have any reactions. We don't suffer at all. See, we'll try one more verse. That's 421. Anybody wants to try to read it? Madhvi Mataji? Okay, I'll read it probably. Nirashiriyata.
Okay.
Okay, read Mataji. Sorry, Mataji.
Okay, please. Sorry,
I
Prabhuji.
thought I'll engage everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nirashiriyata chittatma chakta sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvanapino namti kilbisham.
Very nice. Thank you.
Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reaction. Purport Yeshi Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A Krishna conscious person does not expect good or bad results in his activities. His mind and intelligence are fully controlled. He knows that because he is part and parcel of the Supreme, the part played by him as a part and parcel of the whole is not his own activity, but is only being done through him by the Supreme. When the hand moves, it does not move out of its own accord, but by the endeavor of the whole body. A Krishna conscious person is always devoted
Dovetail. Yeah, dovetail.
with the supreme desire, for he has no desire for personal sense gratification. He moves exactly like a part of a machine, as a machine part requires oiling and cleaning for maintenance. So a Krishna conscious man maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He is therefore immune to all the reactions of his endeavors. Like an animal, he has no proprietorship even over his own body. A cruel proprietor of an animal sometimes kills the animal in his possession. Yet the animal does not protest, nor does it have any real independence. A Krishna conscious person fully engaged in self-realization has very little time to fastly possess any material object. For maintaining body and soul, he does not require unfair means of accumulating money. He does not therefore become contaminated by such material things. He is free from all reactions to his actions.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, Nirashi, without desire for the results. So the very first word it says, without desire for the results. So we should not desire for any results. We should leave all the results to Krishna. Nirashi, see, Yata, controlled. Chitatma, mind and intelligence, with a full mind and intelligence, you see. Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence, you see. Parigraha, the sense of proprietorship over possessions. We should parigraha. See, it says so. We should not have those kind of mentality that we are the proprietor of everything. See, everything will be left behind. Our account will be zero at the time of death. Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly, controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reaction. As they say that so much money we are making, the people who are like multimillionaires, what do? They don't eat like platinum, gold, diamonds. They still eat simple food. See, in fact, more money they earn, more problems they have. The more health is affected. They have high blood pressures because worrying about the money, how to like. Even if they have accumulated money, they want to accumulate more. See, they want to multiply it by more kind of endeavors. You see, to increase their capital. See, but with that, all the other things come as well. They are more worried. They have to be on tablets. So many different tablets. See. Their health is affected, and at the end, they die with everything left behind. See. Even if they give it to their children, what's good to that person? He has already left that body. He is left for the cycle of birth and death. So there's no point of accumulating more and more. Okay, whatever is necessary for us, we obviously need it. That one Krishna has provided the nature. You see, he has given us this material world. You earn something, and whatever necessities are there, that also he provides. You see. We don't do anything. He provides everything. He is the seed giving father. He gives the seed for even the vegetables and grains and everything. See. So he is the ultimate proprietor. You see. He is giving us. You see. So when we have that kind of understanding in mind, act with the mind intelligence perfectly controlled, gives us all senses of proprietorship. So the person who unnecessarily trying to accumulate, so because of that, many people they do like cheatings in business. I've seen so many of my friends and all as well. They used to cheat customers. You see. Like I know somebody, if the bill comes to the 100 like in thousands, he will add few more pounds to this thing, because he will think probably customer will not add it. He will not understand. I'll give him the bill. So if it comes to £1,000, say 1100 or something, he'll put £1,000 200. You see, 1,200 pounds. You see, and he'll think probably customer. And if he catches as well, he'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's a mistake. Instead of putting 1,100, I put 1,200." So many people they purposely do it to cheat their people. See, so this is what it means. That we are accumulate money by wrong means. We shouldn't do that. Only what is necessary for, we'll only use that one. Even multimillionaire will eat same kind of food, probably 2, 3, 4. Probably he'll have a bit luxurious food, but what's the big deal about it? There's still it to be. It's only a food. The person who's average, he will also eat normal food, whatever is required for his body, and the person with the extra money, he will also do the same thing, and end of the life, both are left, we leave the body behind, see, to decay or to be cremated or buried or whatever, you see. We don't carry even our own body with us. We leave our own body behind as well, see. What to say about the money, see. And so no point of thinking that this is mine. That's the sense of proprietorship he's saying, you see. Krishna, sense of parigraha, the sense of proprietorship. So we even leave body behind. So what to say about the money? See, why we should think that we are proprietor of everything. We are proprietor of this body. We are proprietor of this house. We are proprietor of those so many things. So it's waste of time. His position and acts only for the bare necessities. We should, which is, as I said, Lord has provided those bare necessities to us. Only we have to work for that. If we are satisfied, offer it to Krishna, eat food nicely, and there's one nice verse actually. I'll just read for you 1 minute if I can find the verse. It's in probably Srimad Bhagavatam. 1 minute, please. Okay. There's a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, 10th verse. It says, Kamasya nena indrapati labho jiveta yavata jivasya tattva jigyasa nartho yashcheha karma bhi. It says, the translation is, life's desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. Yes, Prabhuji is finding that verse. Okay, 1 to 10, that's it. Kamasya nenandra prati labho jivata yavata jivasya tattva jigyasa nartho yash cheha karma bhi. So life's desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. This is also verse is teaching us this, that we should not accumulate for sense gratification. See. One should desire only healthy life. So if we have a healthy life, we have good health, then that's it. Our self-preservation. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth, that's the Krishna consciousness, the knowledge. That's what is the whole kind of center of this chapter, transcendental knowledge, or Jnana Yoga. See, which is in Sanskrit is said Jnana Yoga. So that's the whole kind of center of this chapter, understanding of this chapter. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth, we only want knowledge what Krishna is, what the absolute truth is, and what we are. Nothing else should be the goal of one's works. So we should have no other kind of a goal of life. We should have only life that we should keep our body healthy so that we can serve Krishna nicely, and life's desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. Whatever we give, we just eat nicely, Krishna prasadam, and we think, even if we sleep, we should think sleep. We should sleep thinking of Krishna, and then He'll take care of everything. See, and so far we got all these basic things: good health, we eat necessities, necessary food is provided, whatever is there. If we have all those things, then we read about Krishna, think of Krishna. That's all is needed. So I'll just go through this chapter, and then I'll tell you one nice story about how we should spend our time. A Krishna conscious person does not expect good or bad results. So his activities, we I already said that person who is Krishna conscious, he's not worried about good or bad action. He depends completely on Krishna. See, his mind and intelligence are fully controlled. He knows that because he is part and parcel of the Supreme, the part played by him as part and parcel of the whole is not his own activity, but is only being done through him by the Supreme. So even whatever we do, is we should understand that is being done by Krishna. He is giving us that ability to do it. We don't have that power, any power to do it. He is giving us that power to do it. You see, and Prabhupada has given nice example about the hand. That hand will not work on its own. It's like the entire body is working for it. So our body also, if we don't have control of Krishna, the like soul in our body, which is the spark of the super soul. If we don't have that in our body, then even our body won't move. You see, it'll be dead. Once the super soul leaves the soul leaves the body, then body is dead. It won't move at all. So we have to realize that ultimately we are controlled by Krishna himself. You see, like 99% of control of everything is in the hands of Krishna. Only 1% is given to us to choose. So that 1%, if we give it work in the favor of Krishna, then we don't have to worry about the results or our actions. Then all our actions will be good. He will control everything. You see. So when the hand moves, it does not move out of its own accord, but by the endeavor of the whole body. A Krishna conscious person is always dovetailed with the supreme desire, for he has no desire for personal sense gratification. So Krishna conscious person only thinks of Krishna, that how I should please Krishna, how should I make nice bhoga for Krishna, how should I nicely offer it to him. You see, how should I by love I give it to Krishna. You see, so when Krishna is pleased, automatically we all are pleased. You see, he moves exactly like a part of machine. As a machine part requires oiling and cleaning for maintenance, so a Krishna conscious man maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in transcendental loving service of the Lord. As we learn that Kamen and Nendrapati Labo Jiyata, only we should look after our health. Our health should be good, and that's all is needed. Then, and we should use that good health, good body, and the service of Krishna. Maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He is therefore immune to all the reactions of his endeavors. Like an animal, he has no proprietorship even over his own body. A cruel proprietor of an animal sometimes kills the animal in his possession, yet the animal does not protest, nor does it have any real independence. A Krishna conscious person, fully engaged in self-realization, has very little time to falsely possess any material objects. For maintaining the body and soul, he does not require unfair means of accumulating money. So this is very nicely mentioned by Prabhupada here. We should not accumulate money by any unfair means. We should be always honest in doing our duties. You see. He does not therefore become contaminated by such material sins. He is free from all reactions of his actions. So once we have that kind of mentality, that we are all under the control of Krishna. He is doing everything. Whatever we are doing, we need to do to please him. Once the super soul is pleased, then soul is automatically pleased as well. See, that's the way it works. So I'll give you one nice story today, that we should do things in time for Krishna, not like just do it for the sake of doing it. See? So punctuality in sadhana story, it says. Anybody we have with the name Ravi? I don't think we have any Ravi here. No, okay. So the name of the person is Ravi here. See, so he said, once there lived a small boy called Ravi, who was born in a pious, devoted family. He was born in a devoted family. So what it is, all his family, they used to do everything nicely in time. Get up in time, early in the morning, do their spiritual duties, offer bhoga to Krishna, and do chanting nicely. See, but this boy Ravi, he was a bit lazy. See, his parents, grandmother were all sincere devotees of Lord. They are very strict in their devotional practices and used to regularly worship the Lord, serve prasadam to the devotees, etc. I see. But Ravi was always a bit playful and negligent. See, he was lazy, as I said, in his devotional practices. He was always late for offering prayers to the Lord. You know, when we sometimes we think, okay, Lord is not going anywhere here. He's always there. See, a few minutes here and there doesn't matter. 10 minutes, half an hour, we'll do it afterwards. Where is he going? He's only there. See, we have that kind of mental reason sometimes. So he was always late on offering prayers to the Lord. See, his grandmother advised him that don't do it. See, it's not correct to give least priority to the Lord. Krishna needs topmost priority. He is the topmost priority because he is the proprietor of the whole world. He is the supreme Lord. But Ravi never bothered to listen to the same. You know, he used to be lazy all the time. After some, he used to do his the other duties, but he used to do it in his own way, in his own time, not as he desired. Not like, you know, when everybody is doing it, you should do it at the same time. At that time, once what happened, he met with the accident and he died. See, Ravi. See, so Yamaduta, they took him. See, when the Yamaduta came and took him, you see. But at that time, Yamaduta approached him and took him with him. See. So he was very scared. When he saw Yamaduta, he got really scared. He said, you know, and they were like dragging him. You know. When so he when he saw the Yamaduta, he got scared of them, and he was trying to memorize that he has done some duties. He has done some night duties for Krishna. He has chanted and he has offered bhoga to Krishna. He served devotees. He has done something, you see, for that. So he said when he had done prayers with his family and had helped his family and serving the devotees, etc. He started remembering that I have done that. You see. So he was trying to convince them. So he told them, Yamadutas, I have done it. You see, I've done chanting. I've served devotees. I've done prayers to the Lord. I offered artis to the Lord. Why you are dragging me to the hell? See, why you are taking me there? But Yamadutas, they gave deaf ear to him. Never mind, don't worry. We will just drag you. So when they kept dragging him, and they came to the gates of the hell. They thought now we'll throw him in the hell. See. So when they are about to throw him in the hell, that time Lord appeared, Krishna appeared, you see, and told this thing, Yamadutas, leave him, you know, he's mine, don't trouble him, you see. And he was relieved. Yamadutas left him in this for the Lord to deal with, you see. And then Ravi asked, he said, I have done all the prayers for you, and I've done everything for you. Then why did you take so long? You know, I thought I was almost at the gate of the hell. You know, why you have to come so late? You know, why I have to suffer so much? Why I have to be dragged and all? Why I have to see Yamaduta? I see. I'm your child. I've done prayer for you. I've done chanting. I've served devotees. And then why I have to suffer this? You see. Then Krishna said, "You did it very well. I understand. That's the reason I've come. But you never did it in time. You did it in your own time. So I came on my own time as well. When I have time, see, I don't have to rush as well. I was waiting till you see how it is done, like lazily. So that's the reaction happens. See, thanking Supreme Lord. He thanked Supreme Lord. Okay, at least you saved me. But asked him, why did the Lord allow so much trouble to come upon him, and why did he save him on the end? So the Lord smiled and replied, well, do you remember any single instance where you were on time for offering prayers to me? You had always given last priority to me and prayed to me only at the last moment. So how do you expect me to be in time? So that's another thing. We should be in time. We can't make Lord wait for a long time. No, we have to be in time. Whatever you do it in time. If you want to do chanting in the morning, do it at that time only. Fix your time and do it at that time only. If you want to do prayers, don't do it your own time. Okay, no, today I haven't got time. I'll do it later on. We should not like. So moral of the story is we should offer our prayers to the Lord, Supreme Lord, on time. We should offer our prayers to the Lord properly so that we can avoid the situation when others have to pray for us. Daily we offer prayers to the Lord, but most of the time we do it mechanically and make it a ritual instead of understanding the spirit of the process. Spiritual activities, if not done with right mood and spirit, will get diluted to be a ritual, and so we must always keep a cautious check on us all the time. So we need to check whether we are doing it properly or not, we are doing it in time or not. Most importantly, we must always be on time for every appointment with Krishna. See, we can't, as I said, we should not make Krishna wait. We should always be in time, be it Mangalarati, offering Bhoga, or attending Satsanga program and Bhagavatam classes. So next time, be at 8 o'clock. Don't try and be late. I'm only joking. Okay. Every such association, sorry, every such occasion is special appointment with Supreme Boss, that is Krishna. And so we need to be punctual. It is said that procrastination is the thief of time. Procrastination is practice of carrying out less urgent task in preference to the or delay things. We want to delay things. Be it spiritual or material activities, we should never procrastinate. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, verse 18:23, the worker who is always engaged in work against the injunction of the scripture, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others, and who is lazy, always morose, and procrastinating, is said to be a worker in the mode of ignorance. So we don't want to be in the mode of ignorance. Krishna says here in the 18th chapter that we have to engage ourselves with the injunctions like akarma. We have to do our job in akarma, like in the Krishna in mind. People procrastinating anything which can be done in an hour, they drag on for years. See, such workers are situated in the mode of ignorance. Hence, when the opportunity is given for us to go back in this lifetime itself, we do not realize the value of this gift of human life and keep dragging this process of going back to Godhead to many more lifetimes. If we do our devotional service sincerely, there's every chance for us to go back to Godhead in this lifetime itself. So thank you very much. I think whatever I could do, I've done to my best of my knowledge. If I've said anything wrong, any mistakes, please forgive me and correct me. And if there is any questions or comments, please, I'll be happily. I'll try my best to give you the answers. Thank you. Any questions or comments? I suppose no. Silent.